Okay, hey everybody, this is Grace. I'm on my way to physical therapy, and I thought I'd make a video or two, mainly one. But today, when I woke up, I was thinking about when was it that the last time that I had been by myself, for more than a few hours. I'm talking about stay somewhere where I'm by myself, like at a hotel or at home, wherever it was, by myself. And I had to think about it, and I might be right here, that it was when Adam's sister was here, before she left to go back to her country. It was in 2018. Okay, but I couldn't remember. Oh, look at these turkey vultures. I think that's what they're called. Goodness. But it was, but I couldn't remember when it was that Adam and I had gone, that when his sister was here, I just couldn't handle her anymore. She had been in the country for about 6 months. Could not stand her. It was the first time I actually met her in person, and she had come the end of 2017, and then went and visited other people in the here in the United States, and then came back. I just couldn't stand her. She is a horrible person, and so is her younger daughter, as we learned. Horrible, just horrible people. But and she had been a teacher. Can you imagine? So anyway, but when, before she left, I couldn't handle her anymore, so I went and stayed in a hotel. I said, I need a vacation. That's it. And the funny thing was, it was in this town, my hometown, and the hotel. But I couldn't remember when it was that Adam and I had stayed in that hotel. It was when we had our hardwood floors put in. I can remember this part, that because some of the chemicals, there were real hardwood floors, and the chemicals they put on it were too strong for me, because I have chemical allergies, and we went and stayed at the hotel until it cleared out. And but luckily I make videos, and I had made a video or two about it, about the hardwood floors. So that was 2015. That's how I found it out. I like that I can go back and check out when something happened, if I make a video about it. Okay, so I looked at it all up this morning, and a few more things I want to look up. But one of the reasons was because, as I had thought, Adam and I had stayed there, and then a few years later was when I went and stayed there by myself to get away from his sister. Oh my gosh. Horrible person. I didn't want to have anything to do with he and his family. His brother, his older brother was there. There were just so much involvement. And I was in that not my circus, not my monkeys mode about all of it. I just didn't want anything to do with them. These are, I've mentioned that they have this collective narcissism about themselves, that they're superior to all other families. And I want to mention this here. They're not the only ones I've seen like that. It seems to be happening more these days, that I run across families not related at all to me nor to him, but run across families who believe in that their family, they know it all, they do everything the right way, and everybody should follow their lead, and and they're often some of the worst people. And two of them these days are neighbors, different houses, not the same family as far as I know. Yeah, neighbors. So, while I'm on that, I was thinking today, I do not recall ever experiencing this in younger years. Like, not when I was growing up. There was a family that moved into our neighbor on our street. The last one, it was very well already established street, as far as homes and all, people living there. And they moved in, and the wife, the mother, the woman, she thought she was superior to all. Okay, so, but that was it. It wasn't the whole family. It wasn't a collective narcissism. It was her. Just like we had one, and it was her. And when I say we, Adam and I, at this new-ish, we've been there over 20 years. And then, latest home, over 20 years, okay. Yeah, and she was bad in the neighborhood. She really thought she was better, but then so did two other families. They still do. And that was the woman. These are two other families, it seems like. Think of themselves as superior. And that they know everything, how it should be done. And they watch people and let them know how they think that they should do it. The nerve. Really, collective narcissism. And as it is, what I wanted to talk about was how oppressive people like that tend to be. Very oppressive. That's the word, oppressive. And how they will protect their, the way they see themselves and their family with such ferocity, verbal ferocity. That they are this, and everybody needs to learn that they are superior. There is a woman tailgating me. I don't know where she thinks she's going to go because all these people around, but she seems to think that she's going to somehow get around. Well, there she goes. Maybe she will. Oh my goodness. Every time I go out. Okay, speaking of ferocity, y'all just would not believe what I have just said, seriously. Because that woman is doing it to people. She's going to me, she must be high or something. But she's right in front of people, going and tailgating people, causing all kinds of havoc, Wow. Okay, seriously. She's so bad. Oh my goodness. It's just not stuff that people should be doing, especially in these neighborhoods and anywhere. Being on somebody's tail, the tailgating, not like she's getting anywhere by doing that. Really. She's not getting to where she's going faster. I like to wave at them as I pass them at the light. People who do that, I'll just wave at them. Probably makes them sit there going, who was that? Anyway, hopefully I didn't accidentally push, because, oh man, that's not my norm. It's not to have such an opinion, but that was just bad. The way she was doing, so many people, really. Just for the record, yes, I did wave and clapped and all that. With this one, oh my goodness, such idiots. You can find them. There's always going to be that one. That's how I'm seeing it. Anyway, this is turning into more of a vlog, but I want to talk more about these people who they're so oppressive. Seriously, the ones who. These families, they really try to ensure that like the ones in the neighborhood, the ones, other ones, that everybody knows that they're the best things on this planet, the best people, and they know how everything should be, and what TV news channel people need to watch. They can be in that one. Or just how somebody's supposed to conduct their home. What is a woman's role? What is a man's role? Like as if they have the right. Okay, I just stopped and parked. I don't know why my SUV was going beep when I parked. Did I get too close or something? It was weird. Maybe it doesn't like this parking spot. Can you imagine? If I went, well, you can't see it, but if I went forward, I would be going down a hill. Yeah. I don't like parking on this side, but I don't know. I need to get over that. Anyway, where was I? What was I talking about? Where was I? But yeah, that's why you're looking at the sky. Because I'm parked here. Don't want to show anything. Anyway, what was I talking about? Yeah, how oppressive they are. To tell people how, that of, what is a woman's role in the house, and or where you should walk your dogs, where you should have your dogs. Those sidewalks, they're for everybody, not for just you. That's how it comes. What it comes down to. They want to walk their dogs freely. Every dog has to be on a leash, but they're the types that they let their dog. They open up the door and let their dogs run to the car. You can't do that. They have to be on, on a leash. That's not anybody in the neighborhood telling you. That's what it is. It's law. It is the law. But as far as I know, law, ordinance, whatever they call them, I don't know. You just do it. And but not them. So they want it to where any other dogs, whether their dogs are, our dogs are always on a leash. When they're, we don't let them just run out to the car, the truck, in the SUV. I'll get it right in a minute. I'm certain of it. But yeah, you see what I'm saying? They want to be able to do that and not have any dogs around. So their dog that should be on a leash, and it's not, won't run up to the dog that is on a leash. You see, because there wouldn't be any dogs there. That they've already told you where you need to walk your dogs. No, you don't have that right. But they're so arrogant that they will say, where you should walk your dogs. You should take your dogs here. You should, like they are superior. And they're not. Plain and simple. And I don't play the totem pole game. So I'm not saying I'm superior or we're superior. No, I'm just saying they're not superior. You see? And there's a difference. There is a difference. But they see themselves as superior. Just like what I've been dealing with for too long. And one of the reasons this was on my mind is, at my age, 61, how in the world, my whole life, I haven't seen just, this kind of dysfunctional family, collective narcissism, like I just said. But I've seen enough people who are narcissistic, especially histrionic. The ones that they have to be center of attention. They don't care if it's negative attention, positive attention. They have to be center of attention. They're very loud, obnoxious. They cackle. They're like a hyena when they laugh. It's so loud and so just the way that, they don't all do the same thing, but the way they dress is very loud. The way they are all around is very loud. And, you might go to like a restaurant with them, and the next thing you know, they're talking so loud that people in the other diners are looking and like, why can't y'all keep her quiet or him quiet? You're looking bad at you too. Oh, I've been through it. I have been through it. Been the one sitting there going, oh my gosh, I'm never going out with this person again. Like you go with somebody to lunch and you don't know they're that way. At work, somebody at work, you all go out as a group. Next thing you know, your group is being stared at because of this one person. That kind of thing, yeah. Okay, getting back on the topic. I looked at my notes. Throw down my window a little bit here. Turned my heater AC off. It was actually AC even though it's 56 degrees. But anyway, looking back at my notes, I wrote, one of the things I remember, maybe that's a little too loud actually, was that about the that hotel. Okay, when his sister, Adam's sister, terrible person, was there with his older brother and Adam, and it was too much. Just too much. They're such oppressive people, and just such bad. They're all were or are, whatever stage they're in now, in professional fields. Like his brother was a professor, his sister was a teacher, Adam, electrical engineer, on and on. And but it doesn't matter. I've said this so many years. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't hit a certain group. It's just done in different ways. Really. Seriously. It's the same thing. Collective narcissism. What it is what it is. And anyway, it was just too much, so I went to that hotel. It was so good to be away from such, from them. And I was thinking about that. That's what I wanted to think about. What is it like when I'm away from them? I don't have to deal with them. I have to deal with Adam, but, if he's away or I'm away. But just, the freedom of not being, when he's around his family, he's just as bad. When he gets when he knows that one of them is going to be around, because they live in different, some of them live in different countries, 2 different countries, and some of them live in the United States but not nearby. And when he knows any of them are coming to visit, or what, he becomes, grumpy old man is what I call him when he does that. Just, he's grumpy about everything. And that's how this time I had a hint, because he became grumpy. But he didn't tell me until the day before his brother actually showed up, his older brother, now how long he knew, he didn't act like, he didn't say. I did. I didn't say, but I knew. I had a hint. His demeanor changed. But anyway, he responds to it, but in that way, like they're so precious. They're, or basically thinks that I'm going to treat them like royalty, because he does, in a way. And I've said this in another video. I don't know from another side, like, does his cousins do that? Do his cousins do that? Or does his brother or does his sister treat the other ones this way? Or is it a family thing that this is how they treat one another? I don't know, because I'm not seeing it from theirs. I'm not there behind and saying, whoa, you're telling me I have to treat them like royalty? And he never says it outright, but the way he does stuff and the way he says it, I'm like, no way. I don't treat anybody like royalty. I wouldn't even treat royalty like royalty. Seriously. And I've been one that has said, I don't care about titles. I really don't. I do not care about any kind of title anybody has at all. We're all human to me. And as it is, all these people I know, the ones that, I know people from, you could say all classes. I don't like to think in terms of class. But I do. And, I just don't play that. Anyway. So what else? I was going to talk about that hotel. Yeah. When I went to that hotel, when his sister came in, back in was about to leave in 2018, I was there for 10 days. And I enjoyed it so much. Really, I was in the same town. I just would go and get me something to eat from wherever, or, they had a little refrigerator and microwave and stuff, but, whatever. And just the freedom all around, not having to worry about somebody else, all of that. So I thought, not having to worry about anything else. When I left there, what I did not know, when I went there, the what do you call them, the person who checked me in, at the hotel, he said, "Are you here on business?" And I said, "No." He said, "Because we have a reduction. You know, we have 30% off or something for people, you know, who are here on business." I said, "Well, what business is that?" You know? Okay, I think maybe you go a little further. When I was leaving and I walked out the door that day, I think it was a Saturday morning or Sunday morning, whichever one it was. There were these two guys. One was really big, like a bouncer big. And the other one, they were both white guys. And the other one, he just looked really, what would be the right word for it? Sleazy. Okay, sleazy. It might be the right word for it. But overall, the right word all around would be pimp. Pimp much? You know? And yeah, I figured it out. I wasn't paying attention to any of that. I wasn't. Adam and I had stayed there, like I said before. You know, when we had our hardwood floors done, nothing told me that would be. Actually, it's one of those, you know, chains, not one of your lesser ones. It's not it's just one. Okay, it's not your most expensive place, but it's not your most cheap place either. So it's just a place, you know, just a hotel. You know, it's a chain one. They're known. They get good ratings usually. This place, yeah, maybe they got under the radar or something. But yeah. Anyway. Okay, when I get finished with here, I need to go and go home and put up a lot of videos. You know, I take them on my cell phone. Cell phone's getting a little full. Yeah, and I think I need to go to the grocery store. I just don't feel like it. I don't feel like going into grocery stores anymore. People are too rude these days. Not everybody. Most people aren't. But you know, one rude person can really ruin it. Seriously. You know, one person who, like this, Adam was laughing. We were in the grocery store, and he told me later on, he said he was watching this woman, the way a woman reacted to me. You know, like you're going down the meat section, okay? And your cart is against the, you know, going parallel, like it should, like the way you drive, to the meat section over there. Well, this woman, she's older than I. She had to be older than I. She walked up, and this happens too many times. You know, here's my shopping cart. Gets around my shopping cart to get the meat, like my shopping cart's in her way. And I said, "Excuse me, I'm tired of this." Really, I didn't say I'm tired of this, but I am so tired of people doing stuff like that or leaning over my cart. I had just walked there. I had just got there, and she did this. She's first. Everybody must know she's first. And I said, "Excuse me," and she said, "Oh, you're okay." That's one of the latest things, you know, telling the other person you're okay. And I said, "I know I'm okay," and I walked off. And Adam I didn't know he was standing in, you know, the other side, not behind me, but in front of me, on down the line. And he said he was watching it. He said, "I couldn't believe that woman did that to you." And I don't know if he heard me or not. It was just so bad. You know, just like that, you know. I've actually had a woman move my cart one time. Oh my goodness. But I had this tendency to, what I say usually is, stand in line and wait your turn. You know. I think I taught every grade at some point. Yeah. Stand in line and wait your turn. Man, people, I'm telling you. But anyway, I need to get in there and do this. And I really am not feeling it today, but when am I ever? I actually like working out and stuff like that. You know, that's basically what it is, PT. But the last time, man, my body hurt so bad after it. Yeah, anyway. Not the last time. Time before that. Anyway, wrapping it up.